because there is joy all around. See, today we've come together. What you see, a lot of things you see is lighting. Christmas is about lighting, and many festivals are a festival of lights. Wherever there is joy, there is a festival of lights. So, what I'm going to do is, want to just bring a few thoughts. It's about 8:30 now. You know, we all came for a Christmas program right now. And what is this Christmas program about? One of the most important things that we heard at the very beginning about Christmas, what the most important thing we heard about Christmas today, the very first question somebody asked and said, what is Christmas? What does Christmas mean to you?
యూట్యూబ్ లైవ్ పెట్టమన్నారు నువ్వు అక్కడ
When they said, what does Christmas mean to you? The statement that was made was Christmas is about, the first answer was elf. The second answer was Grinch. See, our children, we only...
Sorry to interrupt you. We just want everyone to please get seated. We have so many seats towards your right. We have 3 rows here that you can come. We have towards your left as well. So let's keep the last rows empty. All the people standing out there, everyone, please be seated.
Okay, so some of the answers that we got is what the children have been trained to see about Christmas. Elf, Santa Claus, Grinch, the Grinch who stole Christmas. So what we hear and see, we lose the real joy of Christmas. Because just having a Grinch or having the elf or having the snowman, this doesn't help us understand what Christmas is all about. Now you're going to tell me one thing. Anna inka chalanna aapanna ikkada edunna ikkada paatlu enjoy cheyadaniki vaste nuvu enti maku inta baara pedtavu. We came here to just enjoy. Why do you come and put this pressure on us now to hear this truth? See, the thing is, it's always good for us to understand why we celebrate. For example, at Diwali time, you burn crackers. You have lights lighted up at home. Why? Why? Have you ever asked, why do you celebrate with lights? Lights talk about the victory of good over evil. See, we forget that basic tenet. ఎందుకు మనము ఈ యొక్క వేడుక చేసుకుంటున్నాం అనేది మర్చిపోయి ఆ యొక్క వేడుకనే చేసుకుంటున్నాం. We are only celebrating that celebration, but we have forgotten why. Today, before I leave, I want to be able to tell you why we are celebrating Christmas. It is also a festival of lights. It's a festival of good over evil. And I want to bring us this thought. Why did Jesus come into this world? First of all, Christmas is Christ. That means it is centered around baby Jesus. For example, if everyone stood here, they call it the nativity scene. That is the birth of Jesus, where there were angels, there were shepherds, there were wise men, there was some gifts brought. What we see at Christmas is a playing out of all those things. But here I want to bring us to this very important thing. Why did Jesus have to be born into this world? Why did God have to send His Son into this world? If we understand that, one of the most important things we always hear, and I'm going to talk about this, it says, for God sent His Son. This is in a book booklet. It's in the book Gospel of John and chapter 3 and verse 17. God sent his Son into the world not to judge or condemn the world, but save the world through him. So why did Jesus come? Jesus did not come to pass judgment. Jesus did not come to మనుషుల్ని ఖండించడానికి యేసు ప్రభు రాలేదు. Jesus did not come to judge or condemn, but Jesus came to save. What I want us to understand that if we just go through this Christmas and understand why we celebrate this birthday with joy, then I would have accomplished what I want to talk today. So God sent his Son into the world not to judge the world, but to save the world through him. లోకము తన కుమారుని ద్వారా రక్షణ పొందవలనని లోకమునకు తీర్పు తీర్చుటకు దేవుడి కుమారుడు లోకములోకి పంపలేదు. What we are seeing is God came to save mankind. God came to bless mankind. God came to deliver mankind. God came to give joy for mankind. God did not come to punish mankind. Why am I saying this? I am going to take you through a very simple story so that you may understand what I am saying. When Jesus was in this earth, he lived here for 33 and a half years. He was born on December 25th, and at Easter, at Good Friday, he died 33 and a half years later. And then he rose again from the dead on Easter Sunday. That is why we celebrate Christmas and Easter Sunday very much. Now, let's see. I'm going to tell you why Jesus was about one example was sitting and teaching people about the good news, how he has come to save people. A group of people, they take, and if anybody wants to follow, it is in John chapter 8, beginning at verse 3. What the people did, they wanted to test Jesus. Jesus, did he come to punish people, or did he come to heal and to deliver people? They wanted to test him. God's word says every punishment has to have a judgment. But Jesus came to forgive people. And I want to talk about this in John chapter 8. There was this woman who had made a grave mistake. She did a very bad thing. And this woman was brought to Jesus, and they wanted to stone her according to the law. The law said that anyone who sins should be stoned and killed. So they brought this woman to Jesus, and this woman is standing, and they are telling Jesus, "Hey Jesus, this woman has done this sin." And immediately, you know what happened? Jesus did not answer. Jesus bent to the ground and he began to write on the soil. People were still pushing him and asking, "Master, give us your judgment. Tell us, this woman is wrong. We are going to kill her. We want you to say yes to it." Then you know what beautiful statement Jesus made. You know what Jesus said? That is in John chapter 8 and verse 7. Jesus said, "Let him who is without sin among you be the first to throw a stone at her." I want us to listen to this. The God of this universe, who came down as a man, he's challenging the local pundits of that day. You know what he's challenging them? He says, any one of you, if you have never done a sin, if you have never done a mistake, if you have been perfect, Yes, go ahead and throw the stone at this lady. I want us to see this. Good and bad in the world are relative. Good and bad are relative. That means I am better. So you have two children. Oh, my boy is a good boy. My girl, little naughty. We always compare. Two brothers, two sisters. We always compare people. And we say that one is better than the other. But you know, in God's face, there is no comparison. There is only one ultimate good. So what Jesus said? Jesus said, anyone who has never done any sin, throw the first stone at this lady. Slowly everybody began to go away. Slowly everybody began to go away. And there was nobody else left except Jesus and this woman who was a sinful woman. You know what Jesus says? Has no one condemned you? That is in John chapter 8 verse 10. యేసు తల ఎత్తి చూచి అమ్మా వారెక్కడ ఉన్నారు? ఎవరు నీకు శిక్ష విధింపలేదా? ఎవరు నిన్ను ఖండించలేదా? Has no one condemned you? Has no one put a punishment upon you? Has no one thrown a stone at you? She said, Lord, no one. You know what Jesus says immediately? And this is Christmas. You know what Jesus said? ఆమె లేదు ప్రభువా నేను. అందుకు యేసు నేనును నీకు శిక్ష విధింపను. It says here very clearly, woman, where are they who has no one condemned you? She said, Lord, no one. And you know what Jesus said? Neither do I condemn you. That is Christmas. Dear friends and family, dear brothers, dear sisters, dear neighbors, you know what is Christmas? God of this universe saying, though you are at wrong, though there are shortcomings in your life, though you are not perfect, I won't condemn you. That is Christmas. God did not send His Son into the world to condemn the world, to punish the world, but to take the punishment of the world. What is Christmas? Christmas is Jesus telling that woman, you are free. Don't sin again. But you know what Jesus did? A few months later, He turned around and took the punishment of the lady upon Himself. The reason Jesus can forgive that lady, the reason Jesus can forgive you and me today is because He took the punishment that was supposed to come upon us. Jesus came, He loved the world, He loved you and me, and He came to deliver me and set me free. There is no more relative good or bad, the ultimate goodness. Then how will I become good? Beautiful. You know what Jesus said? I am good. I take my good and put it upon you if you believe that I have paid your penalty. So remember this. Christmas is God's goodness coming upon you and me. May the Lord enable us to enjoy the joy of Christmas, knowing fully well that God of this universe, the creator of heaven and earth, came for you and me, and what He did was, He gave His life as a ransom for you and me. He said, I don't condemn you. I tell you, all of you sitting here, there is no condemnation. There is no condemnation to us. You know, only one is condemned. Only one is condemned, and that is the evil in this world. The evil in this world is condemned. And what Jesus came to do was set you and I free from the evil one. Let's enjoy this Christmas. Let's rejoice this Christmas because God is telling us, I don't condemn you. Go and sin no more. That is the joy of Christmas. That is what Christmas brings to you. And you have the free gift. And I think in your gift bags there's a where it's a small part of the Bible which has John's Gospel. If you would be interested, you can read that John's Gospel within that small booth if you would like to. And it's going to have all the things that I talked about today. Thank you very much for listening to me. I appreciate it much. And I'm going to pronounce a blessing upon you. The Lord bless you. The Lord keep you. May I have your attention, please? Quiet, please. The Lord bless you. The Lord keep you. The Lord make His face to shine upon you. The Lord be gracious unto you. And the Lord give you peace. Shalom. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for listening to me.